Hello everyone, welcome to Bella's Crochet Gifts. I'm Bella. All right, so today I have, episode 6 of my dyeing adventure. I'm going to try and make this one a little bit shorter, just because some of my experiments didn't work out. Okay, but first, I wanted to tell you what dyes I used and what processes I was going to use. So what I started out with was I did a dye bath with the color Evening Blue, which is a light blue color. And I put 3 hanks like halfway in the dye bath. And then when I felt like it soaked up enough color, I added a little bit of teal and put the rest of it in so that one side was more saturated with the Evening Blue and the other side just took whatever color it could. So that was the base for the speckle dye that I ended up doing afterwards. So I did that, and then I washed it out a few times, and then I stuck this in a large serving dish, like a stainless steel metal serving dish, and I sprinkled the Rit powder dye on top in the color, the first one was navy blue, so I just laid it all out and went like this with the dye powder. And you have to be a little bit light because I ripped my gloves, because apparently it was so granulated that it just tore the bit of my glove, and I had like blue dye around my nail bed for a few days. And I let that sit, and then I flipped it over and did the same thing with purple, and it was just purple Rit dye. So here's what it looks like. I'm so happy. So these turned out so very pretty. I am extremely happy with them, and I will show you individually as well. Isn't that nice? So like, we got like the shots of purple, but occasionally, like you'll see here, there's a teeny bit of red, and like I wasn't going for like the sharp, you know, must be one section or like one pinpoint of color. I was like, if it looks neat, I'm excited. So we've got like some of the navy blue, and then, you know, the purple. And what I did was I just had it laid flat, and I went like this, and then literally just flipped it right over and did the other side. So like, some of these must have, you know, done like the breaking colors, where with those dyes you never know quite what they're made up of. So I was super excited about that. So I mean, the amount of speckles and the variety of colors, just I'm so happy with. And like some parts got, you know, more splotchy dye, which is fine. I think it's just gonna work up even neater when I end up crocheting it. So there's a big splotch of blue, but yeah. I thought it turned out really nice. And like, this was probably like, part was probably just the inside bits, whereas like that got the color. So I'm extremely happy with how that turned out. So there's 3 of these total. This is the next one. And like right here must have been like quite a bit of powder that had fallen. But I just think it turned out so nice, and I'm extremely happy with it. Let's see. I'll try and get you all the colors. So like, there's some, it's kind of bare. There's some. There's lots of different colors in here. Yeah, so I am super happy with how these turned out. And this one's a little less saturated, but I feel like the speckles are more spread out. There we go. Oh, excuse me. My allergies are going crazy right now. I thought we were getting better, and then we had that whole bunch of smoke move in from Canada, and now my allergies are even worse. So some really, really good colors in there. All right, so that was my successful dyeing of speckled yarn. I'm so happy. I can't wait to try it again. And then my not so successful. Okay, so my thought was I'm going to slowly add different blues to try and get like a color fade, but like it didn't work out. So after that dye bath was done, I added a little more teal and I came up with this. It's actually pretty saturated in all one color. Like it's, if it's tonal at all, it's extremely light. So pretty much all one color. And I'm gonna probably pair this with my speckle yarn because it's the only one in this color that's close enough to that. The other two did not work how I thought they would. So that was the evening blue and teal. And then I added denim. And it just went, woo! Doesn't even, they don't even look anywhere by them. Like, I mean, it's teal and blue. So these ones turned into more like a color fade that is very, very subtle, as in almost non-existent. So this was the same dye bath, and I just added, I think, 2 tablespoons of, or a tablespoon of the denim blue. And then I added a little bit of navy blue. And I think I was having less dye because you can see kind of where it's looking more tonal. So those were my 3 fades, but it didn't really show much different. And then the last one, I just put 3 skeins together all at once in the last dye bath. And they turned out pretty similar. Like this one has a little bit more color fade, or like a little lighter tonal in parts of it. But I mean, overall, it took the color nicely. I was hoping they'd be darker, but I'm still working on that, trying to figure out how much dye to add without making me have to rinse for a really long time, because cotton doesn't release the dye as, ooh, excuse me, as easily as like a wool will. And in fact, I did these So I washed them a few times with just the blue on it, and then I did the speckles and let it sit for like an hour so that they would hopefully take as much dye as possible. And then I did them in a steam pot. So I did like the, if you've seen Rebecca from Chemknits, she's got like a, I don't know, it's a pot. Like it's right up there. So she did a steam set, and that's what I did, and this worked out really well. When I rinsed it, hardly any color came out, and then when I rinsed it with dish soap, a little bit of color came out, but nothing remotely as bad as just straight from the bath to rinsing, you know, from the crock pot to the rinsing. This was so much easier, and I'm like, do I really want to have to steam set every single skein? We'll see. But definitely for doing speckles, I will do that in the future because it was a lot easier, and I feel like it has taken the speckles so much better than if I just put it under water after I felt like it set. I feel like it would have bled a lot more, and you know, just taken up more room. Like the speckles would have just taken up more room in the yarn itself, as opposed to being more like spread out. And so I thought that was super successful for the speckling. The tonal, not so much, but I love the color, so I'm gonna make something out of it. I should be having some finished objects, more finished objects with some of my hand dyes done hopefully soon. I am making the Sweet Claire cardigan, and that has taken a little while because I have to fit it to my body. And I've had to frog repeatedly and change the sleeves for myself, and it's a story. I will tell you about it when when I show it to you. But anyways, I hope you enjoyed this dyeing adventure, and I will see you guys real soon. Okay, I hope you guys have a wonderful day or night or whatever it is. I hope it's wonderful. Bye!